a lot of my patients will try gargling once and they're like, oh, I didn't tear up, and well, they give up. It's really funny. The conversation that I have with them essentially teaches, if you understand the anatomy, if you understand the physiology of the vagus nerve, you'll understand why it works. So I'd like to dig into that a little bit. The vagus nerve is our 10th cranial nerve. It is the most important nerve when it comes to vitality and thriving. Okay, it manages all of our internal parasympathetic nervous system, which is that the opposite of the fight or flight. It's the rest, digest, and recovery system. A lot of people forget about that recovery component. It is the only cranial nerve that leaves the cranial cavity and actually goes elsewhere. And it actually courses to your heart, lungs, liver, gallbladder, kidneys, stomach, spleen, intestines, you name it. Every organ internally is innervated by this nerve. If we don't have that connection, then we don't have that gut-brain connection. We don't have that communication occurring between our microbiome and our brain. And the other thing that's mediated through the vagus nerve that's so important is the cholinergic anti-inflammatory system. It's an entire system focused on putting the brakes on inflammation and keeping it under control. When we lack that control, the inflammation levels become worse. The reason why gargling is so important when it comes to the vagus nerve is there are motor branches of the vagus nerve that go to the back of the throat, to the pharyngeal and laryngeal muscles. So the pharyngeal muscles are the back of the throat. Literally, if you were to poke your toothbrush all the way to the back of your throat, you'd be hitting the muscles that are innervated by the vagus nerve. Happens on both sides. You're also going to be innervating the laryngeal muscles. Those are the ones that are around the vocal cords. So those muscles, when they are activated and tightened, they tighten the vocal cords and they allow for pitch in our voice. So I can be really low or really high because I have a vagus nerve that works pretty well. You'll often find people that don't have super strong vagus nerves have a very monotonous voice.